So I thought really long and hard about what I was going to talk about for this big talk. I really wanted to make it professional. I wanted to make it, I'm like, okay, this has to sound good. This has to be the best that it has to be because it's the big talk. Oh my gosh, I'm talking really fast right now. But my problem is I talk really fast because I feel like I have a lot to say and I don't have enough time to say it. So I'm going to try to speak as slowly as I can today. But in order for me to really get my message across, please be attentive to listening to what I'm saying. So I realized when Ashley assigned this, I'm like, okay, this is a big talk. So we're supposed to talk about it. It doesn't have to be a speech. I don't have to stand behind the podium and give some formal thing. These are my ideas. So you're going to get me here today. You're not going to get the professional, whoever that you think you're going to get. You're going to get Sanovia. So I'm so happy that I get to be me here today in this big talk. So I'm the type of person who goes to the movies. And when I go to the movies, I'm the type of person that stays at the end because I'm just like waiting for something else to happen. Like I went to go see Catching Fire. Yes, Catching Fire the other day. Who has seen that? Oh my gosh, it was so good, okay? I was so hyped in the theater the whole time. But what I did was, granted, there's only like 4 of us left in the theater. So even my friends walk out like, Sanovia, come on. And I'm like, no, there's like something might happen. They might show me something from the next movie. Unfortunately, if you haven't seen it yet, there's nothing. You don't really have to wait. But if you do, what I see is at the end, you might see like a blank screen. Or maybe you see the credits rolling. And the thing is, what I like about the credits rolling and what I like about the music is, one day I envision that being me. One day I envision me seeing my name up there. Like, oh my gosh, she was an actor. Oh my gosh, that was her song. That is so tight. I see me doing that. That's not everybody. But I'm the type of person who likes to wait. I'm the type of person who is a dreamer. I believe that something else is going to happen. That I can have an alternate, ending to a movie, which is my life. So I see all of our lives as movies, okay? So, for the most part, most of us are always looking for something to happen to change the whole movie. So, a savior. So, let's name some. We got like Thor. Come on, I need some interaction. We got Captain America. Spider-Man. We got all these people. Okay. For me, it was the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, okay? When I was a kid, I freaking loved the Pink Ranger. And I really realized through this picture that they were so stereotypical with making him black, her pink, and her yellow. Like, what's up with that? But that's not the point of my presentation. But I really realized that. I'm like, this is crazy. Like, that was so wrong. But for me, it was the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. So the Pink Ranger, to me, she was a woman. She stood for courage. She stood for power. She stood for, she could do anything by herself. She didn't really need anybody's help. But, I mean, she could use their help as well. But she could have done it herself, too. So the difference about me now, though, is that something that saved me now is this. Now, this is a big mess, but this is my life right here. I love to write, okay? I love to do poetry. I love to do spoken word. I love to sing. I love to write songs. And literally, if there was any situation that I couldn't get through, I would write. Now, this is not even a half. I used to actually go and buy notebooks at the store just because I like looking at paper. How weird is that? Like, I like looking at paper. So, not that paper. With this paper, okay? So I wouldn't smell it or anything like that weird, but I really just like, I used to get new notebooks, and what I do is I have a really weird way of writing in my book. I pick random pages. I don't like to start from the beginning because I'm unorthodox in my mind. My mind is everywhere. I'm scatterbrained a lot. So Ashley actually said one day in one of my things that I have so many ideas, and if I can just really think about them and put them together, then it could be something great, but I'm just like, I don't know, I can't do that. But I tried for this. So I want you to hear this. Through the darkness of the heartbeat, beat red, beat blue, where black eyes, little brown eyes kept us together. My nose became my yeses when you rejected me. Bloody nose became my yes for another blow. Wing bubbles with her was your favorite. You would always love how the soapy residue would run down her 4-inch diameter neck, or I don't really know what diameters are, but whatever. She just looks so small as she lies, covered in I love you, smothered in I hate you, but for all you do, you provide rides in your car. You provide good times. You provide bad times as well, and cries like long-awaited tights, and oh, how I try. I try to run away, but as soon as I think of being alone, thoughts of destitute and solitude, scrambled eggs were you guys' favorite. And I don't know, my mind says go, but my body, it stays, and I'm just wondering, can we please get this together before you take my life away? That is something that I wrote for my sister. When my sister called me one day and actually told me that she had got punched in the face by her boyfriend. I was appalled. I didn't know what to do. And a lot of times when we're looking for that savior, that person to come and pick us up, they're not there. And sometimes I'm really bad at this. Even this morning I had to go to the hospital with my roommate, and I don't know what to say. And I told her, I'm so sorry. I never know what to say. I'm a writer. Like, this is my disclaimer. I'm a writer. So maybe I'll write a poem for you, but I can't really say anything, but I hope you're okay. So I'm a writer, and that's what I do. And I have no problem with being a writer. But what I want to do is I write for women. I write for, and I would never say that I'm a feminist or anything like that, but what I do is I can only write about what I can identify with. And I am a woman. And I know that even though I haven't dealt with all the things that people around me have dealt with, I can see, it's almost like I can write what I feel about how I feel that they would feel, if that makes any sense. I told you I'm scatterbrained. But that's the way I feel, that's the way I write. So I write for the woman. I write for the person who feels like she has no voice. That she feels like at the end of the movie, she leaves early because she doesn't want to see the credits roll, because she thinks she knows how it's going to end, and she's not expecting an alternate ending, So I'm like, that's what I write for. So, she is worth $1 million, but it'll take her for $5. That is, I can believe this. My sister, falling to her knees, not to pray, but to be prayed upon for the exchange of penniless love don't cost a thing, but it does. When you calculate the hours spent crying, trying, and the constant declination of your dignity as a woman, it ends up as bankrupt love. Your personality, suffering in its richness, but you still try to make that extra inch of hope that's eternally never going to happen because of the misplacement of your faith. You'll be hurting forever if you continue on this way. For the ease of a processed cheeseburger, you use your last dollar in hopes that fat won't make you fat, and that your tears won't always be pain, and that sex won't mean you're a slave. But my sister, you can't say that yesterday is today, was gone, tomorrow's here, and was yet to come. Basically, I know that was fast. But what I'm trying to say is, don't be the creator of your pain, be the change. And I'm not talking about nickels, I'm not talking about quarters, I'm talking about living like you're the king's daughter. Become a martyr, not for those who died inside by bearing witness to false truths, but for those who sacrifice their agendas, and I need us for the acceptance. Now I'm a believer in Jesus Christ, but for the acceptance of Christ's love. Don't let a drive-through experience be your gluttonous suicide. Don't let ignorance be your guide. Don't be so caught up in the world that you can't find yourself until you're devoured and spit out. This is why I write. I write because some people feel like they don't have a voice. I write so that when somebody sees something that I write, maybe they can change their mind about their life. Maybe they can realize, hey, I can change my life. I don't have to do the same thing. I did this. This was me at homecoming, the talent search, and a girl actually came up to me at the end, and she's like, oh my gosh, that was my life on stage. That gave me all the more inspiration. I'm like, this is exactly what I'm trying to do. Like, I want people to be like, that was my life up there. I needed to hear that. And what I did for her is I changed her story. Pages. Writing my story, exploring second chances. That is a nonprofit organization that I want to start in the future, based off of writing. Now, I thought I would have more time. I talk too much. I thought I would have more time to share with you the video. It's like I have a promo video, but if anybody really wants to see it, you can just let me know. But pretty much, just to give you a gist of what the program will be, it's women coming together, pretty much, and they come into this program, and I think I want to have like a big center or something like that, but they come into this program, and it's like this big book. Now, they have their separate herstories. It's like her stories. It's their history. So they have their small books, and what they do in these books is they write it out. You make sure you use a pencil, because with pencil you can erase. With pen you cannot, because it's permanent. So you use a pencil, you write your story out, and what I want to do is they can make it anonymous, they can put their name on it, but I want to make a big book that every woman who comes to the program can see and say, oh my gosh, this woman went through the same thing as me. Oh my gosh, she did. Oh my gosh, this is way worse than me. And realize that these people that you are sitting around, even though some of them may be anonymous, you know that they have been through some things in their life. But that even though you may not be able to see it on their face, it's happened. So what have we learned today? We learned to stay until the end of the movie, because you never know what's going to happen. There might be some alternate ending. We learned that the pink Power Ranger is the best, and that they was wrong for those stereotypical colors. And we learned most of all that we can write our story and explore second chances. Thank you.